Good morning, everybody. Good morning, y'all. How are y'all doing this morning, this fine Saturday morning? Hey, let me know if you can hear and see me, please. I'm having trouble with my desk camera, so I wanted to just make sure that you can see and hear. If you comment yes or no, that would be great. So good morning, Miss Beverly. Good morning, Miss Gail. Good morning, Miss D. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning. Oh, Miss Rachel. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Melinda. Jennifer. Good morning. Did I miss anybody? Yeah. And I just want to make sure y'all can hear me if you can. I'll be by myself today, and I was actually going to cancel. Good morning, Kristen. Hey, Kristen, I seen your the thing that you made. That was so cute. It was really cute. I liked it. It was Joel. Good morning, Connie. I've talked to her a couple times this morning. I did get it. Ms. Rachel, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so as y'all know, I'm getting ready to go to Applique Getaway. Well, most of y'all know I'm going to get ready. Mr. Greg was kind enough to make a template for us to bling in. And like I said, I was going to cancel today because I have a lot of stuff to get done. I've gotten something new, and I'm not ready to just. As soon as I learn how to work iMovie or CapCut or one of those little video programs, I'm gonna do a debut on it. Okay, if that's what you want to call it or whatever. But yeah, I'm very excited about what I've gotten. But I am going to do some blogs and stuff like that. I think it's called blogs or whatever. I don't know if I'll go live or whatever, but I will do, like just, my little journey through this new thing. Okay. And with that being said, I've had to like rearrange this entire room. And I've had to kick things to the curb, had to put things in. I've had to put stuff in the garage. My husband was supposed to y'all, my show's rankled. My husband was supposed to put me in the garage and put air conditioners and all that in the garage. He's worried about us doing it in the heat of the summer, like putting all my stuff in there, and we have issues with air conditioner and all that. And he says, no, let's not do it. Let's wait till it gets cooler, just because he knows a lot of my stuff cannot get hot, can't melt. Like I know the rhinestones can't, because Ms. Gail had an issue with the rhinestones at one point with no air conditioner in her house during the summer. And Miss E was like, there's only a certain heat that those rhinestones are good in. So, but anyway, so good morning, Shamika. How are you? Good morning, Jesse. I don't know. I always wave. I just, hey. So, but yeah, so Mr. Greg gave me permission to do this online, live today. So like I said, I was going to actually cancel, and then I said, you know what, I can do it real quick, while I'm in. I gotta get it done anyway, and y'all can be here and tell me if it's ugly or not. So, oh yeah, and the same shirt that I posted on Miss Delanda's page. She asked me to on Crafting with Delonda. She asked me to test out the Saint, that Saints the Saints template that she made, and this is a SS6. But she said I was welcome to post it on her site, and that it wouldn't be ready for purchase until sometime today. So it should be in there. Good morning, Marilyn. How are you this morning? And so anyway, so yeah, so I've got something new. I haven't had the courage to do anything. Well, no, yes, I have had the courage to work with it, but I want to make sure I understand what I'm doing before I share it with you guys. So anyway, but Jess is at another event today, so that's why she's not here, which y'all knew yesterday. So okay, so this is what my plans are. I have to bring out 2 shirts, and one for me and one for my sister-in-law. so I am going to do it's going to be a black long sleeve shirt because, I'm cold all the time. And let me put my desk up here. I don't know if y'all can be able to see it very good because I've had trouble with this one. And I've moved my desk over in the room and I feel like I got a big shadow. So there's that. I'll have to figure out what to do with that. Okay. So my plan is on the outline of Applique Getaway, I want to do this snowflake hot fix. I don't even know which way to go, y'all. I don't know where my camera is. Okay. Anyway, the snowflake hot fix is what I want to do for the Applique Getaway. I want to do, and all my rhinestones are from the Baby's Booty. The top of the applique, I think it is the applique. I'm gonna have to bring the picture up just to make sure I got everything right. But the top, yeah, this is the top. Okay, so the top, I want this and this to be, I want that to be this. I'm going to make it this seafoam. And then I'm going to make the bottom because it's going to ombre. It's going to be an ombre. And I'm going to make this the mint. I've been dying to use this mint. I'm going to make that as my Applique Getaway, the words. Okay. So it's going to be this as outline, this as the bottom, and this as the seafoam as the top. Mint at top, seafoam at the bottom. Or just opposite. I think that's how it looks. I'm going to put light, then dark. Okay. So that's going to be the Applique Getaway part. Okay. Then then my clouds, I'm either going to do, this is going to be Sapphire AB and Neon White. I'm going to either do the inside, the Neon White, and the outside Sapphire AB, or just the opposite. What y'all think? I just want, I want these two colors, but I just don't know. Like, I'm thinking, because I think Azure, the Sapphire B is a big blinger. So I think I want to put that on the inside and this on the outside as the outline. Okay. That's what I'm going to do with this part. Now, my planes, y'all disregarded my, oh, look, I got Marilyn's, I had done Marilyn's, cut hers out too. So. And I'm blinging that because I want to go with that too. So, and then my planes, I want the planes to like really stick out. So I'm going to go with Aurorum Dorado as the outline of the plane, and I'm going to do Candy Apple as the plane itself to just like bling off. So the plane will be like just way out there. Good morning, Shay Shay. How are you doing? Oh, yes. Shay Shay is getting to go to. Good morning, Miss Robin. How are you? And Miss Porgy. Shay Shay's getting to go to All Brands today to meet Courtney Brickner. She's at All Brands in San Antonio or around San Antonio. Okay, so I'm doing my sister-in-law's shirt too, and she loves purple. So I'm doing it on a black shirt as well because it just, you know how black is. Okay. So what I'm doing with hers is I'm kind of like going all over the place with hers too. I just want to make sure. I asked her this morning what she thought, and so far she liked it. So anyway, so on her Applique Getaway, I am going to do the outline and Royal Crystal. I'm going to do the Applique Getaway with Violet Volcano, and the bottom will be Violet Volcano, and the top will be Grape. Will be Grape. Okay. All right, and then her plane. Now, in her clouds, I was going to do this Capri, which I think is very pretty. With I'm gonna either do the snow, or I'm gonna go ahead and go with Snowflake, the one I was doing on mine, and I'm gonna do one way or the other on the cloud. But on her plain, we're going to hit it with this hyacinth, so I'm not sure how you say it, but I'm going to hit it with this, and then I'm going to do a Labrador as the outline for the plain. What y'all think? Okay, now y'all, we don't ever bling on here because we have so many blingers. I mean, we just don't, because we've got so many people who are very you know, they are our blingers, you know, and I'm just here for the, you know, for the ride or whatever. But yeah, so I am not my worst problem blinging is picking colors. I cut this off of Leonardo, you know, and my mats and my flock are both from Miss Eve at the Baby's Booty. And to me, you can't buy better mats, not at the Dollar Tree, anywhere at Amazon. They're not this thick. And I just love her mats. And if you figure out her price compared to her to the amount you get, you're not spending more at all to me because of the quality. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get started because I don't want to keep y'all here all day, and I still got a lot more cleaning to do. And we'll see. So me and Shay have gotten a hold of Miss Carly. Hold on, I'll be right back. I didn't bring all the stuff. Natural. I lost my little pen that whenever I bought the Bling box the first time, and Patrice had given us all of our stuff, and I have misplaced my my little Doom Daddy pen. I mean, I have another one that I got from Miss Eve and stuff, but they're not as it's not as it's thicker, you know, the actual pen's thicker. I just like this other one because I'm used to it and stuff. But whatever, I'll just use it. Now, I gotta find it though, because I'm gonna have to have something. Oh, I got 2 of those pens from Miss Eve. Let me just grab another one. And I like Miss Eve's pens to do my diamond painting. I'm not gonna lie, that's I do a lot of I do diamond painting, and I like these Bling pens for my diamond painting, and I use that a lot. I don't know what I did with it, y'all. Like seriously. And with me moving everything, yeah, it's probably a nightmare. Anyway, so okay, so I got a hold of Shay, and well, I tell my husband, I said they have a essentials and Brilliance Essentials class. Corley Bell is a hands-on class that Corley Bell is doing on Thursday morning and afternoon. And I really want to take that class. And well, I was supposed to be going up there by myself, and I have to work Wednesday. So, and because I only took Thursday and Friday off, you know, and then I took to work. Anyway, I was telling my husband about it, and I said, you know, I'd like to take that class, but I said, I don't want to pay for another hotel room, blah, 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 you know, for another night, whatever. And I don't want to drive up there in the middle of the night by myself, you know. And I've done it before. It's not that big of a deal. It's just, you know, I just really didn't want to. But anyway, so I was telling him about it, and he come to me and he said, well, then Connie, my sister-in-law, she has registered for Applique, and she's coming, and she's going to be riding with me up there. And so and he found that out, and he was like, she was actually going to come spend the night Wednesday night, and we would just take off in the morning, or wee hours of the morning, or really early Thursday morning, and we could have made the you know, that 4 o'clock class in Dallas, because we're about 6 hours, I guess. We're close to 6 hours, whatever, just depending on, you know, between Louisiana and getting through. I mean, I'm gonna go around Houston, but still. Anyway, so my husband comes in, And he said, I got your room. He said, since Connie's going with you, I got you a room tonight. I got you a room for Wednesday night in Dallas, because the rooms where I'm at was totally booked up. I couldn't get in. I couldn't like extend the stay by one earlier night or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going. So we're going Wednesday night, courtesy of the Hubs. He's got. I think he's out of points though, because he doesn't stay in hotels as much as he used to. Whenever he first started working this job, he used to stay, and I'd go all over the place. Heck, one of the hurricanes, was it Laura, Connie? I think it was Hurricane Laura. He put us up for a couple of days in out of town until we were able to come back. We didn't want to come back. It was devastating, but so. But anyway, yes, that is. So I am going up Sunday. I've got a hold of the Applique Getaway people. Got registered for the additional class. So I got to get my computer, my laptop, because I don't use laptops here at the house other than on my WeCreate, to run my WeCreate. So I'm going to take that laptop and I'm going to bring it to Applique Getaway, but I got to get it ready. I got to get all the programs on it and stuff like that. Now, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is because you're an IT person, doesn't mean you run software. Okay. I can help you with your BIOS system. I can help you, but like I still got to learn. I've got, software. I've got to learn software, Now, don't get me wrong. I normally pick up software pretty quickly, normally, but I'm not only picking up software, I'm also picking up embroidery. So, so you got to get yourself into that mindset to do both, okay, I'm doing embroidery. Now I'm trying to do, now I'm trying to figure out how to run the software and stuff like that. Now, I will say I do like Embrilliance. Embrilliance is pretty user-friendly so far, but I just would like to know the ins and outs. If I want to slant a word, or if you only have this program, so you only have this part of the package, so you can only do this or that or whatever. But I want to make sure that I can, I just want to make sure I know the ins and outs of it and stuff like that. So there's always that, and I've been waiting on Miss Maryland to become a Embrilliance instructor, so she can teach me some of the stuff, on it. I mean, I just learn well with our the way our people teach, and Shay's been doing a bang up job on going over Embrilliance and stuff like that too. I think she's got all the ports, and I'm just not going to get what I don't need yet. If you know what I'm saying. I just don't want to. I don't want to spend money if I don't have to, because crafting is very, very, very expensive. So, anyways, there's that. So, what's everybody working on? I'm probably missing all of the chat. Good morning, Faker Make Fake. That's a cool name. Good morning, Miss Melinda. How are you this morning? Yeah, Maryland's the goat. Oh, wait, Embrilliance too, and you just live down the road, like literally down the road. I'm just not, I always, we got so many goats in this group. Literally got goats in this group is unreal. So, hey, y'all, have y'all seen the purses my sister-in-law has been doing? Y'all, she has been doing an outstanding job on purses. And then I go back to the first one she did to the one she's doing now, and it's like day and night. It's like, I'm like, wow. It's like she has come a long way. So, anybody in the doing the solo tomorrow with Miss Sean? Because I am wanting, I'm needing to make mine bigger burger. and it's going on a coffee table. My table runner, it's going on not a coffee table, a coffee bar, which is an entertainment center that I turned into, one of them long entertainment centers. It used to be a fireplace, but we just took the guts out of it, and I use it as a coffee bar now. And I need to make it longer because I wanted to go across there, and then I know a lot of people are putting their like their focal point in the center, but that will be covered up. So I want to do mine on the edge, where you can see it because it's up against the wall, whatever. And I need it to hang down, a bit. So I want to, I'm gonna have to work on that today, before our live. And I still got things matter of fact, I got texts to do on, I just got a few things to do. And, my son's off this weekend, which he's never off. So it's like we're going to do that. And I'm sure we'll be going over there or whatever this weekend at some point. Also, I wanted to tell you, I don't know how many people how many of y'all are friends with me on Facebook, but I sent a picture of our local newspaper, put my granddaughter in the newspaper. If you go to the AmericanPress.com, it's her about her scoliosis adventure, and how she's come back because she didn't do the normal infusion for her back, and they have an interview. It's an interview. It's they did her little article. Anyway, the editor of the newspaper lives next door to me. And she had I didn't know anything about it because I think they talked to Kobe and my son, and they talked to Samantha, my daughter-in-law, about it, and she hadn't said anything because they hadn't done it yet. She just kind of was trying to keep it, to surprise the grandparents, whatever. And then Crystal finally said, we got the interview scheduled and blah, 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 and I was like, oh, cool, So, yeah. And then in the picture is, because she's doing that at Texas Children's, and they would literally bring a pet. It's a picture with a dog, and it's that it would come in and, let the kid, and she's a big animal lover. So, yeah, there's a picture with her in the bed, and that's whenever, I don't know if y'all remember our story, whenever she had when she had the surgery, she did the tethering system, which is not, which is where she can continue to grow, and you can only do this surgery if you're in this certain area of your growth. You can't have too much left to grow, but you have to have enough left to grow for the tethering system to work. She went with 50, almost 60 degree bends because she had a double bend, and to like after surgery they were like 20%, something like that. But she was so active, and she was she was a gymnast, and that she was so active in all that she that I don't know. I mean, she just learned to hold her body right, But I tell y'all what, though, since she's had that surgery, I don't even know the inches that child has grown, like a lot. And then the doctor did tell her, thanks to your father, you have thanks to your father, you still have a pretty little growth spurt because she's 13. So, girls, I know they grow to their 16, but I've never seen them really grow much after 14, 15, So anyway, but she is like, it's just amazing. It's like really, really amazing how much she's changed since the surgery. They did so well for her. So there's that. So anyway, so oh, that's too cute. The name, he said, don't be fake. We are not fake people, so don't be a faker. Make fake. That's cute. I like that. That's really cute. Well, we expanded. Man, I missed a bunch of stuff. I need somebody in here with me. Thank you, Rachel. But yeah, she did. Like I said, they did the little interview. It's online too on KPLC. I'm sorry, on in the American Press, and we were very excited that they picked her. But they asked whenever, because this surgery is very experimental, so they had to fight with insurance like badly, because they wanted her to do the infusions and call it a day. They wanted to basically ruin her life and call it, not ruin her life. She's a gymnast. It would, to her, it would have been a life, ruined her life, and be done. And her mama didn't allow it. Her mama fought it tooth and nail. And then the surgery, if insurance didn't cover anything, the surgery was like $350,000. My son was on the way to the bank, put his house, up, put everything up to do whatever he was. They were not going to allow their kid to be, if there was another way out than just doing the infusion and calling it a day, they were going to do it. They were going to try to protect their child as best they can, give her the best life that they can. And that's what Kobe, like Kobe and Sam was saying, that's our job. I don't care what an insurance says. If there's a better way around it, we're going to do it. If I've got to sell the house, I've got to sell the cars, I've got to, whatever I have to do, we're going to do it. And they did. And then finally, I get Samantha call them every day. She got the lady of their insurance. She got their personal email. She was, no, you're not doing. And she kept saying, I'm not going in debt whenever I pay insurance, our entire lives. And we've never used it. We've never been sick. We never, So I said, that's why I've got insurance for stuff like this. So it was a big fight. It was a hard fight. They won. But Braylon went into the surgery and us not knowing whether it was going to be paid for or not. But at the same time, with that, her parents and her my daughter-in-law's parents and us, we would have stood behind them and did whatever we had to do to, to get her right, to fix her. And if you don't have to, it is our years. You can do all this other stuff, but yet you're not going to pay for that. This is a 13-year-old child. I'm telling her, after this, you may be able to have babies. You may not be able to have babies. You may be able to bend over. You may not likely, with just the infusion and stuff like that. And when you have a child that is as athletic as she is, that's a hard pill to swallow. And they wouldn't swallow it. And the insurance tried, but they didn't get it. They didn't. They fought hard. And they won. Yeah, she's doing very well. Matter of fact, she has a signature move. You know how in gymnastics they climb the ropes to the ceiling? Years ago, when she first started doing gymnastics over there with at her gymnastics school, whatever, she climbed the, was it 20-foot or 18-foot rope to the ceiling and touched it upside down. She is now doing that. She is now doing that again. She has got her signature move, and that's what they call it, the signature move that she has, because she's the only one that can do it upside down, unless do it at all. There's some that can't. But a gymnast has got so much strength. You would be, like her. That child has got her ab strength is amazing. But she does flips and flops. And now, when she was little, she was our first granddaughter on our side and on mom and dad's side, on her mom's side. So she was the first granddaughter on either side, or grandchild on either side. So we we put her in dance. I mean, she had to be potty trained, but Samantha and Colby both graduated with a lot of people that they were on the dance lines. Now they were teachers for dance lines and stuff. And they always told her, do this with her and that with her since birth, to keep her limber, keep her, able to move, whatever. And so she was doing dance for a few years, but they couldn't keep her right side up. She kept flipping. She would do this, do that, do this. She would, like, every time we would do a dance recital or something, she was, they always had her premiere to do some kind of flip or something like that. So it was like, she's really in the wrong calling. She really needs to be just in gymnastics. So she did that, and she was in teams for a long time. And then, and y'all really, it was almost like whenever she like took a break for like 6 months, all of a sudden we seen her scoliosis. We seen that she was cricket, and it was like, but they said that, I mean, it could have possibly been that her body's never been limber, or what you call it. It's never been like always straight. She's always been very, very limber, and we just never noticed it because she's always, standing upside down or whatever. Yes, Kristen, and let me tell y'all. Okay, so she had the surgery in May of last year, and she came back and qualified and made the cheerleading team. Almost exactly a year later, she made the cheerleading team. It's like amazing, that she got and she was able to get that for that quick. After I forgot mine. Y'all, my tape is also from the baby's booty. Just FYI, because I like hers. I don't like that flimsy one, and this one is not flimsy at all. I probably either did it too small or too big. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we're excited for her. I'm so proud of her. I mean, and she was determined to get back, and she did. But more than that, her mother was there pushing her the entire time. She wasn't, we weren't going to lay down. We weren't going to anything, but she did have a spinal cord leak after the surgery. I don't think this is big enough. No, I do not put, I'll use that on something else. I do not put this sticky tape on sitting down. I can't. It just doesn't work for me. I am just not talented enough. And I'm a newbie, irregardless with rhinestones, regardless of what Patrice says. She lies on me, says that I'm not new, but I am. I'm very, very new at rhinestones, and they intimidate the pollucious side of me, Now, one thing I do is whenever I open the tape, I always put it on my leg. I try to get some of the static out before I do that. Ooh, look, I got a bead. Jesse, I know I'm not a big shot teacher. He probably told me I just haven't looked at the chat to say anything. So anyway, boop. I did it sitting down, but they kind of moved. They shifted a little. It's all right. All right. And I do, I take mine off a little different too, because I don't know, I'm just backwards, I guess. And I roll them, make sure everything's good to go. Hey, Ben, talking about our Miss Patrice and Marilyn and Delonda, boy, they in their template making era, huh? They've been popping templates out left and right lately, It's like, wow. And they're great templates at that. I mean, like I said, they've been popping them out like crazy. And I was like, man, I got to keep up. I like to, I get them, and a lot of times I don't cut them, but I don't know. I kind of, sometimes I'll get them just because, to support them any way I can. And I have learned my lesson. I have bought templates from other places and, regretted it terribly. So I just don't, unless it's one of our people, I don't buy templates from just anybody anymore. Not this, because this is too expensive. The flock's too expensive. Everything about um, Bling is expensive. So, I'm not willing to play. Oh, and I know they were talking about doing not talking about they somebody was saying they were doing I think it was Brandy was talking about. I think I have an extra bead right here. Doing this on cordstock. I've never done it on cordstock. Marilyn, I've seen Marilyn do it on cordstock, but I personally have never done it on. I have done it a lot on HTV, the holographic HTV. Matter of fact, I've worn those shirts a few times this week because I do, like I said, I do it. I've done it on. I've done it a lot on the holographic, and I like it. As a matter of fact, my somebody at work asked me about how, but something about the template or the. Wait, where's my other port? Oh, okay. I saw like I done lost my line as usual. I'm kind of confused. Where's Greg's thing? Y'all, if y'all haven't, it's in my description. Y'all go check Greg out at Exhale Media. I do have his Facebook page down there. Y'all, he does beautiful work, like just gorgeous work. And he does do templates, but so does Laura. She does, she'll do templates as well. So, okay. This is the bottom. This is the top. Okay, so I'm going to this way. I'm going to do. What did I just put on there? Oh, okay. We're doing Connie's first because I just put her her stuff on there. I just realized I put the wrong insides. See, lovely. Okay, so I just did that, and now I'm on Connie's. I'm gonna do this on the top. I want to do this lighter, the seafoam. So Connie, you for sure are getting a shirt. Me, I'm not sure. So I told you I'm a slow blinger. Slow blinger. Yeah, I did learn my lesson. I just dumped this upside down, by the way, if you didn't see that. I do not do anything with these rhinestones without rubber bands anymore. I actually moved some of them and put them in containers because, yeah, I've played that, find the rhinestone game way too many times. Or the million rhinestone pickup. That's not a game. I'm just not a fan. I don't care for it. I don't care for it at all. So. That's not a fun game. My brother used to always, Connie's husband, my brother, he's, let's play 52 card pickup. And I was 5 years younger than he was. And, okay. I thought we were playing a card game. And he'd do that and he'd throw it all over the house. And it's like, well, that's not fun, So. Why are they giving me shenanigans? I love this bone brush. It's the small one. It's the mini one. I love this bone brush. I really do. It's probably my favorite out of all of them. Now, when I first started, all she had was them big bone brushes and stuff. Well, I mean, I didn't know the difference. I just thought maybe I couldn't control myself or something because I was like all over the place like a battle act, just being really crazy. So, Miss Gail, you had scoliosis, or you have scoliosis? I know that's not something you get rid of. So, hey, Nikki, how are you doing this morning? I don't know if I missed anybody coming in. Like I said, I'm not. I don't do a great job in looking at chat and doing this. Oops. We're not doing. I just realized I have some other colors in here, like, or it's missing the stone or something. I don't know. I just realized today, or I realized the other day that I'm needing to like redo my orders with Miss Eve because I am almost out of everything, like big time. It's not a different stone. It's because whenever you look at it one way, it looks this color, and then when you look at it another way, it looks a different color. So it's like it's picking up the purple from the matte. That's making it look like a different rhinestone, but when you get on top of it, it's the right rhinestone. I'm crazy. See, told you I'm a baby beginner. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So, anybody have plans for this weekend? I have. It sounds like it's thundering outside, so I'm assuming that my dog's probably shaking in the living room, waiting for me to open the door. But I still got stuff all over this house from trying to get everything situated. You know, I don't have any more rooms. I asked my daughter to move out so I could have her room, and she said no. So my husband wasn't thrilled because I just said that, and I'm like, well, why not? She's 23. It's time for her to go. No, I'm just picking. I am just picking. I would never want her to. She'd leave out, cry like a baby. Literally. So did Gail, Miss Gail. So did Braylon. They just never picked it up. I mean, there was no reason to. I guess we never had her check. See, but okay. So we went through the big C word, and they did the nurses wouldn't touch the kids because whenever I was little, every year we did a scoliosis check. Then we'd go to the nurses station or whatever, a nurse station. We'd go into the office and they would check you for scoliosis. They would do it every year, but they hadn't done it in several years. They just haven't been. And whenever they found my granddaughters, they found like 6 kids that had it, but out of the 6, only 2 needed to be surgical. So, and then we found out my little grandson has it, but it's not enough. They're going to watch him, but it's not going to be enough to be a big deal, right now. So they're going to just keep an eye on him. It's very, very mild what he has, and so apparently it's coming from both sides of our gene line. Didn't realize because Samantha has some cousins that have it, and Kobe, and we have some people on our side with it as well. So I guess I guess it was, and for both of the kids to have it was like, you got to be kidding me. And whenever they told us, I just wanted to hit the ground and just, God, why? Bray, I mean, we had the biggest scare with Bray, and now, but his is not surgical, so thank you, Lord, for that. That's huge. There's no nothing surgical yet. It needs to be yet, and hopefully they can. And when it starts bending, that like if it bends more as he grows, because he's grown a lot this summer, like a lot. But to see, hopefully they can catch it and maybe put him in a brace or something. But Samantha did a lot of studying and for research and all that, and What is this color? Oh my, oh my heavens to Betsy. I done put the wrong color down. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Sometimes I wonder if I would have a brain, I'd take it out and play with it at the same time. So, all right, well, I'm doing one part for her, one part for me. Apparently, that's how we're gonna roll this morning. Is, but I'm not gonna make y'all. I'm not gonna get y'all to stay on here the whole time. I'm sure y'all probably bored to death at this point. What's that? Street cruise? Oh, street cruising. What's that? Oh, Kelly, your daughter's at cheer camp. Cute. Kelly, your live was great the other day. I remember the first time we did it. I did it with Miss Becky and see, and I didn't even really know Jess at that time, but we had been talking about it for quite some time. We were messing each other, but to go live and all that, and then we. But the first time I kind of like, and then when we started talking about what it is, so then I got a little bit. It got a little bit easier for me, after I started talking for a while. So, but yeah, you'll get it'll get easier, but you'll never not be nervous. I'm still nervous every time I come on. Every time I come on, I get antsy. I get a little bit of anxiety. So anyways, yes, Kelly, be careful. Be careful. Be careful, careful. Hey, y'all seen Miss Eve's cowboy hat last night? I thought it was so cute. She's working on that boots on the ground video. I wish I was going to go into that, and I couldn't make this and that, and this was closer. So we're gonna wait for 2026 for the next one. So we'll wait on the next one. It'll be good. It'll be fine. It's just Mala. Look, them little slicky suckers just jumped off the page when I turned it. I knew better than to do that. No, I hadn't even had time to work on my finish my quilt this week because I've been busy. Oh yeah, let me tell y'all, I'm going to Applique Getaway, but we have kid tech camp come Monday morning, so I'm gonna be exhausted because we have over 100 kids coming, and they get new devices when they come into the camp. The camp's not cheap either, but they do. Well, they do. What you call it, like scholarships or kids that that are interested in what is that thing called, Connie, that like what Caleb did, that program, they like all the robotics and stuff like that. I think it's the robotics club or something like that. Anyway, they're all coming, they're all there's a lot of kids that like to do all that stuff, but it's so cute the way they set it up. And we have kids from, I don't know, 5, 6 on up, and then they all get it. One year they'll get an iPad, one year they get a laptop. Well, this year it's laptop. And, we get them all set up for them so they don't have to do anything other than just turn the thing on. So, but we have to, we have to keep them. One year they were doing that. I walked in the bathroom, and I have a very, very, very old building that I work in. And I walked in there, and there's a little girl standing in the middle of the sink. And I was like, what in the world are you doing, child? And she says, oh, I'm trying to wash my hands. I can't reach. And I'm like, get out of the sink. Let me go get you a stool. I didn't even think, we didn't think about it, it's all adults and, that go there. We don't have a lot of kids. The only time we have kids is when we have, programs or something going on. And, but yeah, standing in the middle of a sink, and I guarantee that sink probably hadn't been changed ever, and I'm like, this is not cool. Let's get you out of the sink, sis, I told Mr. Tony, he's a retired from the plants around here, and he just something to do, and he can't make a whole lot of money because of the because his retirement and all that. But that man, I tell you what, you wouldn't know he was retirable at all, because that man is he is fit, and you ought to say, I mean, he's like strong as a mule. He's just really anyway, I said, Mr. Tony, I said, we need a he said, oh my God, he said that they're gonna get asbestos before. I'm like, we don't have asbestos. I hope not. So, but yeah, and then it made it through the hurricanes, and it really should have gotten it needs to, the building needs to be condemned. It really does. But every time it rains, everybody's got buckets around them trying to, not get rained on. But we got so much hurricane damage back when Laura and Delta came through. What is it now? 5 years? Or be 5 years this year? Because it came in the middle of the C word. And then it was like, see what yeah, we didn't even know what that stuff was, because we were all so devastated over that. Hey, I wanted to tell y'all, my nephew and his family went to on vacation for 4th of July. I say vacation. Their daughter does a Christian camp in Texas somewhere really close to where the floods happened. And then but she wasn't on the river, but they actually got a cabin like really close to that river. And he was telling me that he had left that morning to go to the store to get stuff. He's got 9 kids, and restaurants just is not a thing for them. I think there was only 5 of them with them or so. Anyway, they were he left, went to town with his son, because it's all girls and 2 boys. And the second boy was the number 9. So his oldest son and him went to town to go get breakfast and stuff for his kids. And he gets to one place, and it's like he can't pass. And y'all, we're from Louisiana. We have flash floods. Our rivers rise. We don't. It's I mean, if you live on the river, because I mean, we are not under sea level, but we're real close to it. So the waters don't rise too much here, because we're kind of level. I mean, don't get me wrong. We do have floods. We absolutely have floods, and the rivers rise. And if you're not, it happens, whatever. But we're not, like you say, flash flood. Okay. To us, it's like, whatever, and that's basically what they thought. And they get to the camp. He leaves his family, his wife and the little ones home, still sleeping. Him and Boston go to town, and they had said they had water on the roads and stuff, but it wasn't nothing to, they couldn't pass. It was just a little. Well, they go to get back, and it's over 4 foot high by the time he finished getting a few breakfast foods and stuff. And he says, Nanny, he says, I do not panic. He said, but I was starting to panic. I was thinking I wasn't going to ever get back to my wife and kids. And I was like, oh gosh, Jeremy, and so anyway, he finally finds a road he was able to get to. And apparently where they're staying, the house was high enough, but it was all the way around them. And they would just happen to, find a spot they could go through. And they drive like an Armati. Is it Armati? The tall Nissan trucks. So that's the only reason they was able to get through. But anyway, yeah. So it was like, oh gosh, I said I would have freaked out. And then his daughter, the one that's there for the camp, she was coming to meet them at that camp, and she got stuck. And she had to just like climb up to higher ground and just wait it out, because her car was surrounded by water. and she had called him to tell him, what do I do? And he said, look around you, Harley, look around you, baby, and see if there's a place, for you to get in on higher ground. And there was like a little hill. I mean, you can't call nothing that we have around here in this area mountains. It's more like a little hill, I guess. Anyway, and they and she was able to go and wait it out, but it never did. It got to the car, but it didn't. The car didn't go under or anything, so she was able to get her car out once it kind of started receding a little bit. But it was scary. I said, I can't. I mean, I just look. I have a child that passed away, but I could not imagine being one of those parents. I'm telling y'all, gosh, I could not imagine being one of those parents. Anyway, I seen our weatherman. I say our weatherman. He used to be our weatherman, but he's like closer to New Orleans now. He was saying that while the floods were happening here in Texas, there was a whole family in New Mexico that got wiped out. A wife, a husband, and 2 kids. And the wife and the husband survived, and the 2 kids did not, didn't. And the 2 kids were little. And it was like, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if I could do that. Hey, Miss Barb, how are you? Hey, I've been wondering where you're at. Then I heard you were on vacation. We hadn't seen you in a bit, and you're normally all around here, So enough of the heavy. Let's go to something a little lighter. Let me tell y'all what happens when you get old, or senile, or dementia, or whatever you want to call what I have, or just a bad luck husband that just doesn't. So Monday, I had a message on an alert. I had a dentist appointment. Okay, so I go. I said okay, which was odd. I made it at like 10 o'clock in the morning, which is weird because I either make it first thing in the morning or last thing in the afternoon, because I live where I work and where I live is in 2 areas, and I don't normally drive all the way back to Moss Bluff to once I hit Lake Charles in the middle of the day, and at 10 o'clock doctor's appointment. I mean, I would have went to work because I got to be to work for 7:30. I just wouldn't see me making a 10 o'clock dentist appointment. I might make an 8 o'clock, or something like that, whatever time they open, whenever. So I get to the dentist office and I see my little hygienist lady, and she goes, hey, Miss Abear. And she looks at me funny. And I'm like, hey, so I go sit down, wait for her to call me back. So I'm back there, and y'all, she calls me. She says, I get, I'm going back there, and she says, Miss Abear, she said, Miss Stacy, she says, you don't have an appointment today. I said, I don't. And she said, no, you don't have an appointment. And I'm like, so I opened my phone and I said, it says this appointment right here. And she goes, well, your husband has one today. Y'all, he put his alert on my phone and did not write his name on it. And I'm like, I look like a complete moron right now. Who goes to a dentist and they don't even have an appointment, I'm like, thanks. I'm embarrassed now. So I call him and I say, you have a dentist appointment? He said, yeah, I'm on my way. Y'all, I was mad. God, I was mad. I was like, you jerk. I said, why in the world would you put that and not put your name on it? And he goes, well, I forgot. I said, yeah, well, I just missed, all morning of work over it. And I said, I ain't even going to work now. I said, I'm going to get a pedicure and stay home because I'm aggravated. And no use to go into work aggravated, right? Yep, and moved again. All right. So, anyway, but that's, fun times over here in the Abear household. And there's no A in the word. There's no spelling with an A in it. That's what I always tell everybody. I said it's A bear with no A. And it's not Hebert, and it's not, it's not none of those. It's just A bear with no A. And then they go, A bear like the football player? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and that would be it. Even with these, sometimes gravity still doesn't work, I'm just like, just come off when you want to come off, okay? And I'll just sit here and wait for you. Got one missing right there. So, Marilyn, you're going to a car show? And that's what I seen. Are you doing a car ride or something like that? They do one here, and it's called Cruising the Coast. And they start right here, and then they go all the way, and it's all muscle cars and stuff like that. I know a lot of people who participate in that, and they love it. So, all right. Let me go ahead and do that one again, and I'll do it with mine, with hers this time. So I'm gonna have them all put in, and where's it go? Oh. So I'll do this in one more time with her correct color, her correct color. Oh, you know what? I should do this one first because that's the outline, so I don't get them mixed up. I know I need to cut this off because it's getting in the way. Y'all seen my planes? Apparently, when I brought it in Leonardo Studio, and had it and just did it that way because I just prefer Leonardo. And I prefer my, this is what I was telling y'all. That Strip Flock Pro, I cannot get it to work. But it cuts this beautifully. Like, I might have picked out 3 holes at the most. But Strip Flock Pro, and I was talking to Jess about it, and I was telling I'm starting to think that I might have got a bad, either it's expired, it's too old, or I got just a bad batch or something. I don't know. And I have several colors, but they're all doing that. So I don't think it's that. I don't know. But like I said, I can get all these, I can get my flock, printed just, my rhinestone flock printed just fine. I for some reason that daggum Strip Flock Pro will not participate with me whatsoever. And I love it. I love the feel of it. I love all that. And it's just not playing fair. Let me say that. It's not playing fair at all. So, is this what I said I was doing for her outline? Yeah, it's going to be now. Because I don't remember what I was doing before. I'm going to try to go faster. Go faster. This Shay Shay had done she put a little reel, and she had done hers too, but hers was pink. And I just feel like sometimes pink is overdone. I love pink, do not get me wrong, I do love pink, but I have a lot of pink stuff. But my favorite colors are I'm gonna be honest, I have several favorite colors, but one of my favorite is like a sage mint, aqua teal, in that area. So that's like, but I was Kelly Wyatt had asked me what my favorite colors were, and I said that's a hard question for me because I'm kind of like all over the fence with it. But you'll be honest, my favorite colors are anything like or like Easter colors, all them pale, like the pastel colors. I like all pastel colors, so like soft colors and stuff. And but I do like red. I like, I tell you what, Marilyn had a shirt on last night, and when she was doing the shirt online live the other day, I was like, I don't know about them colors. And after she was finished, it was like, oh my gosh, they look really, really good. I got to pay Miss Even a major visit in Applique Getaway to see what she has. And it doesn't have to be like there. I just need to, I just want to see what she's got, and then I'll just place an order because I have to get mats. I'm got like one mat left. I'm out of flock, and I know she's not bringing rolls of flock because it's too heavy. I know she's only bringing like sheets of flock, and yeah, a sheet of flock that's not going to get me anywhere. So I'm going to, probably going to just place an order while I'm there at Applique Getaway to, because I want that new, what is it, Icy collection? Is that what it's called, the Icy collection? Y'all having a yeah, the Hyacinthia AB, and that's what I'm putting in the on Connie's. I'm doing that on the plane. Yeah, the plane. I'm doing Hyacinthia AB and the Labrador for the plane. And I'm doing, well, how did I get so mixed up? Hold on. You know what? I'm just doing, the colors are going to be what the colors are. And if I don't like them, I have to redo them. So, but here's that. I'm going to have to go back and, yeah, it's Icy is the newest collection. I still want some of those. Those are gorgeous. And it's almost like it doesn't matter what color you choose. They're all pretty, But I definitely want some of that and the what is it, the Icy Crystal AB, whatever. Um, those are gorgeous. I'm excited. I don't know what to expect to go to Applique Getaway. I've never been to anything like that. But I think it's going to be so fun because you're going to have so many people that's, the same mentality with, with crafting. I think it's going to, I'm hoping it's going to, and then Shay Shay telling everybody she's going to have to sleep with her eye open because she's rooming with me. How rude. She better sleep with both eyes open. Both of them. Both eyes open. But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm fixing to have her come on live with me. But if anybody's going to Applique Getaway and y'all think I got a Southern accent, and y'all already hear my sister-in-law. Woo! She got a real Southern accent. If Miss Rachel's in here, Rachel, she got that Lafayette, accent. So wait, y'all think, like I said, y'all think I got that Southern drawl? I don't even have an accent compared to Miss Connell. She got that Lafayette slang going on. And Lafayette, we call it Lafayette. I mean, it's not that hard to pronounce. I think people try to make words worse than they were. But if I don't know, I just find it normal. You look at something, it's basically we say it how it looks, So no, I was doing this color as my outline. Okay, so this is my outline. I already did hers in the royal crystal. Okay, so I thought it got all messed up, and which is not something new. Somebody's been asking questions in some of the groups, like, what's your worst mistake you ever made with HTV or vinyl? Not vinyl. With rhinestones, vinyl, all of them. I made mistakes on all of them. I couldn't just give you one. I cut it mirrored. I've not had enough room. My blade didn't cut it at all. I had more issues. I've seen myself spend an hour poking out dots because I couldn't get it to work, And then I've done it all. Everything anybody says, "Oh, I did this. Oh my gosh, I made this mistake." Yeah, I have to. No matter what it is, we have to, or I have to. I definitely have done it, and then I'm clumsy on top of it, so that makes it even better. Like I got butterfingers sometimes. I think it's my age. No, she's in Alabama. Yeah. I don't think I have an accent. Shay Shay just always says, "You old country girl." She said, "I can't." Every time I'm saying it, so I got to go to town, and she's like, and she starts giggling, and I'm like, "What?" And she says, "Go to town," and laughing, and I'm like, "Well, what else would you do?" You know, like if you get up and saying, "I'm going to the store," or but I don't know what store I'm going to, so I'm going to town, And it's like, I thought that was a universal word. Apparently, it's not. Shay Shay, she's always, I'm always getting in trouble with Shay Shay. That's the story of my life. Trouble, Shay Shay. So I'm thinking it's a Shay Shay issue, not a Stacy issue, but you know how that goes. And Jess is popping out. She's getting ready for this big car show today. And she was so excited. They actually asked her to come to it. Well, she had done a car show, and they asked her to come to the car show. So I was saying, that's good. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm happy for her that it's moving that fast. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe it's my age or whatever. Yes, I do a lot for the public. But y'all, since I've gotten embroidery, it's almost like I don't want to do anything else but embroidery. Now I still want bling. Shiny things just excite me. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be a girl if I didn't like shiny things, right? But shiny things really, really, really excite me, and I love rhinestones. If I could pick, and pay for my crafting, just with one thing or the other, it would be. I love my lasers. Do not get me wrong, but if I could do just laser, rhinestones, and embroidery, I they would never get me out of here. Like I'm right now, I have an order. I got to do some puff shirts, and I am procrastinating so bad. And I don't normally procrastinate because my father was a terrible procrastinator. And but I, y'all, you son of a gun. Anyway, I bumped it. Isn't that lovely? See, self-inflicted. That's the kind of accidents I have. They're self-inflicted. Oh, and by the way, I came on at 9:30 today. Miss Gail actually came out and said, "Stacy, you coming on at 9 or 9:30?" And I said 9:30. And I forgot we moved to 9. I apologize. We'll go back to 9 next week. But Jess will be by herself next week because I'll be going. So Miss Sean, back to Miss Sean's her sew along and stuff. I'm so excited, but I know I got to do some prep work before it happens. But y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to see if my sister-in-law will get online with me or something. But she wants to do all that Android stuff, so we'll have to figure out a way to get online together because I'm not an Android person. And Shamika says that that we're crazy because we're iPhone people. But I like iPhones. Anyway, but my sister-in-law's an Android, so I think I'm gonna have to get her on with me to make sure I'm doing this prep work right. Like I said, I mean, when you never sewn before, I just start doing crazy things. Like seriously, y'all seen me? Y'all, whenever I did those bags, I shut the whole bag up, and the bag did not have no head, had no way to put nothing in it. That's what I did when I first time I ever sewed, is did that with an outfit for my son. And my mom and sister made such fun of me. I never did it. I never sewed again. That's because you're crazy, Connie. Yes. Yes, faker make fake. Yes. You do have to have the you have to, I mean, you can design, but you can't go nowheres with it. You can, let me back up. You can, you just got to find out where it's saving on your hard drive. Because I actually have a video on my page that shows you how to get to it, but Miss Gail did not, her computer did not save it there where I have it, but you can try it and you can pull it out. But no, it's Design Space is designed to work with just Cricut cutters. It's not like Leonardo where you can go and save it and use the file somewhere else, or Silhouette or any of those. You cannot do that with Cricut Design Space. Unless they've had an upgrade and I don't know about it. Let me say that too. Sorry. Sean, your pictures were beautiful. Y'all had a good time, it looked like, traveling. You make me nervous with your motorcycle. Just saying. That's how my dad was killed. Not his fault. Let me make sure everybody goes, oh, what happened? They always assume it's his fault. No, it's people who don't look out for motorcycles. That's how he died. So I would love to do it, but I still always have that in the back of my head. You know. And he was going on a little vacation, him and his buddy, and never returned. That's hard. So, okay, enough about that. Let's go on to another topic. Let's go to another topic. Oh, I got to see my one of my godchildren. He was in from he's a lifer in the Navy. I got to see him this weekend. It was pretty cool. Or this week we cooked out at my brother's house and at my son's house, and I got to see him before he left to go back home. Back to I think he's stationed in Georgia right now. So, but his kids and ex-wife live here, and they have a beautiful relationship. They do, a whole bunch of them. They really do. I mean, I've never seen that kind of dual pairing. It's just, I mean, they have an amazing relationships. Like she said, my nephew and her both say, I love them. I just can't live with them, you know? And his kids are his kids, you know, and they're my kids, but I would never, if he'd ever find somebody else that he could live with, you know, or if I do, I mean, it can't be weird, you know? So, and they both come from broken homes, so that is amazing that people can do that. It is. It's amazing that they're raising their kids, and there's no hate between the two, you know, at all, and which is absolutely awesome. I think it's great. That's mature on that part. Mature. And they'll tell you in a heartbeat, my kids didn't ask to be born in this. This is us, you know. That has And how can I say I hate him whenever my kid, that's that blood runs in my kid's blood, you know? So, or my child's blood. I hate when people call a child a kid, but it is what it is. But I did tell people at work, I say, look, I say, I don't like OPC. And they said, what? I said, I don't like OPC. And one of the guys, and they're all young kids. You know, OPC growing up was other people's cigarettes growing up. I said, nope, it's not OPC and it's not cigarettes. I said, I don't like other people cheering. I said, why they make me host this tech camp? No, yeah, I think that's illegal where we're at too. These stones right here, Miss Shawn, are the snowflake. These are snowflake, and they kind of adapt to whatever color you're. I've used them several times, and like one time it'll look like this color, and another time it'll be this color, and it's like, oh wow, you know. But so does that the one I brushed in a while ago, that sea foam. I thought I had the wrong color in a while ago, and then you get on top of it, and it's still that minty seafoam color. So I have a bunch of colors I have never opened. Like they're full to the brim, and then I got some that it's like I constantly gravitate to, and that I'm running out fast. So I need to bring myself. I need, like I said, I need to kind of explore more colors and quit going to just the colors, because I like all colors blinging. Any color you want to put on a shirt and it's blinging, it's good. And it's good for me, you know. Now there was a live that they did. Remember that one? It was kind of like an impromptu. I think it was on Delonda's page, where they started blinging like 10 o'clock at night, and they basically blinged all night. Miss Eve did a blessed shirt, and it was a lot of tone on tone. Y'all, I need to go and figure out which color she used, because I want to get those colors. That blessed shirt, that blessed rhinestone shirt came out, y'all. That thing was gorgeous. Good morning, Renee. You've never heard of OPC? Yeah, when people grow, back in the 80s, I guess, people would go and they smoked, but they didn't smoke their own cigarettes. They were always bumming, and they would smoke OPC cigarettes, other people's cigarettes. That's what they called it. Well, I just renamed it because, smoking's bad for you. Who smokes? Anyway, I smoked for a long time. Not anymore. I've stopped for, I think, 10 years or so. I don't know. I don't keep track. I just know some days I want one, some days I don't. No, I can't stand the smell anymore, honestly. Anyway, if my kids would have ever picked it up, I would have had a hernia. I swear I would have. I hated smoking. You're not supposed to smoke. I hated smoking. I hated every minute of it. I just could not kick the habit. And then one day I said, no, actually, it was my daughter-in-law. He says, Miss Stacy, she says, I don't know. She says, I've known her since she's 12 years old. She's actually, I was pregnant for Kelly when I met her, and Kelly's 23. So, she said, Miss Stacy, when you put your mind to something, you don't stop until it's accomplished. And I was like, yeah. And she says, that's why. She said, I know you hate smoking. And she says, and just with you with the grandkids, we want you to be around for a long time and stuff like that, y'all. I put them cigarettes down and never picked them back up. That was it. I was like, you know what? You're right. This cannot beat me. And it was a battle. It's a battle today. Like, but it's down. It's gone. And I'm one of the worst reform smokers because I hate the smell of cigarettes. I hate the smell of smoke. And I'm looking at my family going, how could y'all stand me? How could y'all stand me? I stunk. Y'all couldn't imagine the stuff I could not get the cigarette smoke smell out of that I had to just throw away. But I never smoked in my house. I didn't smoke in my house, and I didn't smoke like in my car. I mean, I was very picky or a finicky smoker. I didn't smoke just anywheres. I wouldn't. I made the kids get away from me. They didn't. Matter of fact, whenever people would see me smoke, they were shocked. They was like, "I didn't know you smoked." I do, and a lot. Last night, someone was saying on Patrice's channel. I've been here, y'all. I just haven't been in the chats because I've been trying to get all this stuff together and move this room around. Y'all, it took me 2 days to get this room like where I could walk it back into it. Y'all gonna see some pictures. I took some pictures of it when I was trying to take things out of this closet, out of the it's terrible, y'all. If I would pay somebody to come organize, they would charge me $1 million because it's that bad. In this room, just this room. Everywhere else, it's fine, but this room is a freaking mess. Anyway, what was I telling y'all? See, I'm old. I went to the doctor yesterday, and I told him, I said, I'm getting Alzheimer's. I need to do something about this brain. I said, I'm getting Alzheimer's. I'm getting dementia. I cut this darn thing too short again. Oh, bless my heart, hey? I'm getting Alzheimer's. I'm getting dementia. I'm getting it all. And I told him I need something because I am constantly forgetting things. Like, yeah. So my doctor called, and I'm diabetic, or I've been diagnosed with diabetes years ago, and I just control it now. Like if you look at my blood work, you couldn't even tell I've ever had diabetes. That's what my doctor says anyway. I don't know if he's lying to me. He wants me to keep going through this. And I've lost, I don't know, like right at 100 pounds. And yeah, it's about 100 pounds. And I was dying. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was fixing to be on insulin shots for the rest of my life, and it's type 2 diabetes, which my mother had, and that's what my mother died from. At 57 years old. I'm 54. It's kind of scary. Anyway, but I was telling them I need to. So they call me and remind me about the doctor's appointment. And I said, I haven't done blood work. I'm not going. I don't go to just visit him. I said, I'm doing blood work before I go, or I'm not going. So, he didn't order it. I said, well, then make me a new appointment because I'm not coming. Whenever he does the blood work, I mean, I'm not coming twice. I'm not going to the doctor's office 2 times. Just not going to do it. And I work too. So she said, okay, go tomorrow to the blood work place right there by your house, blah, blah, and get your blood work done. So I tell the little fella next to me, and they're already picking at me for Monday, going to a dentist appointment, and it wasn't my dentist appointment, So they're already making fun of me about that, right? So I tell Will, I said, the little fella, I said, look, I said, I have a blood work in the morning, so if I'm a little late, that'll be why. And he said, oh, okay. Well, I get to work. Oh, he said, you weren't late. And I was like, late for what? I forgot. And then they call. Miss Stacy, you're not coming for your blood work? I'm already in Lake Charles. No. I said, I can come. I said, I'm sorry. I said, we're just going to have to cancel and reschedule everything. And she goes, oh, no. She said, you can come tomorrow and we'll have it. And then Friday, you still can come for your doctor's appointment because, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so one of the guys goes, okay. He said, Stacy, we're going to have to start keeping up with your appointments. I said, oh, shut up. Shut up and leave me alone. Leave it alone. Yeah, I totally forgot, y'all. Gosh, I forgot. I was so aggravated with myself, and I was like, yeah. But I went and they had it. They had the blood work, so I'm not. Uh, when I got in there, and he likes to talk, and I was like, bro, I gotta go back to work. I love him to death. Don't get me wrong, I do. I love him to death. Okay, so which one am I gonna do? I'm gonna do the right one or the wrong one? Let's do Connie's. Let's see. I'm gonna take this off because oh wait, where's my life support? There it is. Ah! So we're doing Connie's in the yeah, we haven't done any port of Connie's, did we? Not on this port. Yeah. This is mine. Yeah, I just did the outline on Connie's. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and finish mine then, so I can get all the things away from me before I end up tearing something up. I'm sure because that's coming. Story of my life. Story of my life. All right, now I'm doing the dark ones, but not on the clouds. On the clouds, I'm doing. I don't know. Should I do the blue inside and the white outside, or the white inside and the blue outside? Tell me what you to do. Right, Miss Gail. Yeah, but I make sure I stay. I mean, we have a lot of. We have terrible genes. Let me just say that. Connie is my witness. Her husband's the same way. I mean, we're the same family, um, and we have terrible genes, and we have to fight them. Clouds are white, so when we put, I'll do the white inside, and I'll do the sapphire AB as the outline for the cloud. See, I was thinking if I put this color as the cloud, this dark blue, it'll look like it'd be a storm coming. And, we don't want turbulence. I am rooming with Shay Shay. There might be turbulence. There might be turbulence. It's gonna be turbulence because I didn't do this whole thing pink. I'm doing red because like I said, pink's just a shade of red. Oh, I remember why I didn't do these because the backs are the same gum colors as the fronts. I don't like that. I can't see that. I'm blind. I don't like that. So, now to do this without causing too much mess. Who's texting me? They've been texting me since I got in here. Oh, they want me to buy something. Imagine that. Imagine that. So anyway, yeah. So I am going up Wednesday, taking classes on Thursday. I'm excited about that. I like that. And then Shay Shay asked me, "Who are you the most excited about meeting?" I said, "Our people. Our people, the ones we talk to every day or see live every day. That's in or in the chat. I'm so excited about seeing all them." Miss Barb, I ever told you me and my husband we almost moved to Minnesota. Yeah, we went in August. We froze to death. We came back home. We did not take the job. And then when we was driving around, and the guy, because he went, they wanted us to come and look at houses and stuff like that. And well, first off, I don't know, and I didn't know what a furnace was because they kept telling you all about furnaces, and I'm like, and I told my husband, "What the heck's a furnace?" And because to me, a furnace is something that's by my air conditioner that just sits in there. But they were talking about like these, I don't know what they were talking about because I was like so confused looking at houses. Then you have summer cores and winter cores. What? And then you have, I'm not a snowbird. I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. I'm like, we just would have done terrible in, sorry, y'all. We would have done terrible. Is everything still up? Yeah. We would have done terrible in the cold, in the snow, because we had that snowstorm here in Louisiana this past winter. And it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was everything. Boy, did it make a mess when it was over. Oh my gosh, it's worse than our rain that we constantly have. Our mud. I mean, I'll stick with our mood. I mean, we're prepared for mood. I don't have no snowshoes. I can't do nothing. No, I don't have snow chain. I don't have mud chains or snow chains. We just have 4-wheel drives. You know, so I was kind of confused what I was going to do with that. But no, we had went. It was in Duluth. I think Duluth is where they wanted to put us. Is where we were. It was a job that they had a plant here, and they were closing this plant down, and they wanted him to take another a position in Duluth in their main office or whatever. And my grandkids are here. My son's here. Callie at the time would have came with us because she was still young, and oh, she was moving to Duluth. She was gone. She gone. She done bought her some snow boots and everything else. She was a snowbird by the time before we even left. Got back from the trip. And I'm looking at her going, and then I realized the travel from our airport here in Lake Charles, which is a very small airport, and we only have a few planes that leave a day. I say very small. It's pretty small. I've been to places where they've had smaller, but it took us all day long. If something would happen to somebody, in my family, and Don's parents were getting older at that time. My parents were both gone. If something would happen to one of our kids or grandkids or his parents, it would take me a full day's travel to get home. And I was like, that's just too far. And I have a child that is buried here, and I just can't leave them. I don't want to leave them. And so there was that. And my mom and dad, they're here too. And I don't want to leave them. So that kind of went out the front door, really quickly. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm probably not, but it is what it is. It'll be what it be. I told Shay, I said, I wish you would have did it with a Applique Getaway with a sewing machine in the middle of it, or a sewing machine, or one of those things. I said, because I'm not going by plane. She said, girl. I said, what? What's the problem? She said, I can't. Her favorite thing to tell me is, I can't with you. I just can't with you. She crazy anyway. Y'all, she'll be back. She'll be on tomorrow. She's going to be doing, I don't even remember what she told me she was doing. See? Memory. So he's going to pull me off of one of my medicines. He thinks it's causing the fog. I said, yeah, but what happened with the fog, about the fog before I started taking that medicine? He said, well, let's try one thing. Let's do a process of elimination. I said, I'm going to be brain dead by the time we do a process of elimination. But, whatever. I don't have to take care of me. They do. And it's not like they have an inheritance or anything, because it's all in this room. They want inheritance, they can have to start selling stuff. We don't want no inheritance. Inheritance makes people and families go. Spend it all before you die, y'all. Spend it all. My daddy spent his life telling my mom to, we gotta save for retirement. And did either one of them enjoy the retirement? Nope, did before either one of them was able to actually enjoy retirement. Spend it all, girl. Y'all, savings for the birds. Who's gonna get it? My husband's gonna get him a girlfriend, and my kids are gonna hate her. So that's what I tell everybody. I'm just joking. I'm really joking. Ain't nobody gonna marry him. He cooks and cleans, and ain't nobody gonna marry. So Shay. No. Shamika asked me, says, your husband have a brother? I said, yeah, but they owed. They owed and got one foot on a banana peel. I said, oh wait, that might work out well. Hold on, let me hook you up. And then I thought, I said, don't you don't have no single brother? And he goes, yes, I do. I forgot. I don't know, y'all. Just see, I forgot. My my sister in law passed away not too long ago, and then I got another brother in law that's single, but he's dating somebody. But he's I said she would have to take care of him because he's sick. So I said that wouldn't be a cool deal. We're not, and they not loaded. You probably they die and you probably have to pay their bills. You know, they not no sugar daddy worthy at all. Let me just say that. God, I hope they're not. They don't ever find my station and see me talking crap about them like that. Oh well, I talk crap about them in their in front of them too. So there's always that. So anyways, y'all seen Shay Shay's family's home? Finally, she was so lonesome. I hadn't heard from her this week. She was um, with her children and her husband. I was excited for her because she was really really lonesome. So she was being fussy, very very fussy. All right, so I'm gonna do the outline. Connie says in the. Trying to think, where's my Oh, it must be on the other side because I'm like, I don't feel like I got all my parts here. It'd be about right. This blue is very pretty, you know. So anyway, like I said, we don't bling on our stuff. I'm just doing it because I have a lot of things I need to get done, and there's no reason we don't other than we have so many people that do bling and that are great. You know, that's their jam. Um, we just do this for us, you know. So we don't do. We've never. I don't think we've ever done a bling on this channel. Honestly, I don't think we've ever blinged anything on this channel. I think it's always we're always finding new crafts to work on or check out or like that. Which I love to bling. It's very comforting. It's very I normally listen to a book while I bling. You know, when I'm by myself and stuff, and because I'm by myself all the time. Anyway, so I say I'm by myself all the time. I'm not really by myself, but like I don't. I mean, the husband's gone. My daughter's 23 and she don't need me. My nephew comes a few times, a little bit in the week to go to work because he lives an hour away from his job, so he just comes stays at our house. The nights he works in, works like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't see him ever. Like he works the late shift. Everybody says, "Well, how is it Caleb living with y'all?" Caleb don't live with us. I said, "Caleb lives with his mom and dad." I said, "He just he borrows the couch because I have the only spare bedroom, uh, and I'm not starting to move stuff." You know, I said he comes home. I'm in bed. I get home. He's gone already for work. I mean, now Donald gets to see him because Donald stays up late and he has food waiting for him. And Donald's in his prime though. But he's so isolated when he goes to work because the way what he does and stuff. And he stays on a military base, so he doesn't. They don't go out a lot, and they only see each other all the time. So, he's in hog heaven when we have extras. He loves having extras. I'm like, okay. But like I said, Caleb hasn't bothered me whatsoever. I enjoy. I say today's Wednesday. Caleb gets to come tonight. And Donald goes, "Oh yeah, that's right. Let me go make another. Make sure I have enough rice or I have enough this or that." And I'm like, "You need to check with them kids because I mean, we eat some weird stuff, and your daughter eats weirder stuff than I do. So yeah, let me make sure because uh, those kids are more picky. Or I say kids. He's not a child. I mean, he's out of school and all that, you know. So it's like he's smart too. God, he's smart. He's going through that. I don't know, that year after college. You know how everybody's like lost, not lost, but he don't want to disappoint, but he don't want to, you know, he's tired and you know stuff like that. So let's let him be, let him be, let him be. Let's see where he goes. Just as long as he don't get married or get a girl, you know, in the family way or anything like that. That's it. Just leave him be. Let him go make his little bit of money. And no, this is not going to be like good enough. I can do that on the other one. Let him make his little bit of money, and then you know, so he can do his little things he likes to do, and that's that. I made Callie go to school straight from high school because her the C word started when she was a junior in high school. So she didn't go to school for her junior or senior year. She did everything online. And she says, I think I'm going to take a year off. No, girl, you've been off for 2 years. You going to school. I say, get your butt. You go. So get your stuff registered. Are you going to come with me? No, you're not. You're 19 years old. I'm not going. Or 18 years old. I'm not going with you. I went. Do we ever stop doing for our kids, Miss Gail? Ever? What time is it, y'all? Oh my gosh, y'all. I've been blinging these two things for almost 2 hours. So I tell you what, I'm going to let y'all go, and I am going to post it on my page, Greg's page, whenever I'm done, because I don't want y'all to sit here. I've been talking for too long, and I don't like doing that. I don't like keeping y'all on for a long, long, long time. Y'all good with that? No, Connie, he does not live with me. All right, so y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and end it, and then I'll get finished with this, and I'll post pictures. I'm sorry, I told you I was slow blinger, and I did not realize at all that we've been on here for this long. I don't like doing that to everybody. Well, if I ever get faster at blinging, I'll come back on, but you know, the odds aren't good for me. So I won't see y'all next week. Um, yeah, I won't see y'all next week. So I will see y'all. Well, hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow, or whoever's going to be sewing with Miss Shawn, to Miss Shawn, Miss Linda, the table runner. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Shay Shay will be on. So Good's on tonight. Then our regular crew Monday. I think Angel B comes on Mondays, and so does Miss Becky and Robin's Creation. Robin's does a little single one, and then she does a group one. Her little outfit, her stuff she's coming up with is great. Y'all check her out. Then we have on Tuesday we have Delonda, Patrice, but Patrice is not coming on this Tuesday. Then Wednesday we have Delonda again. Do we have somebody else on Wednesday too? Oh, we have Miss Gail at 11:45 on or 11:15 on Wednesdays now, and that's going to be our set time for now because it works out great for her. And then on Thursday we have Miss Marilyn, we have the Patch Hat crew, and then if y'all don't follow them, make sure y'all follow them because they do great stuff. Miss Joyce goes on all over the place. Up Designs goes on all over the place. I don't know their set schedules yet. You know, I don't know their set schedules. Miss Shawn comes on Sunday nights at 6. I think it's 6. Crafting with Kelly. Yep. Now we're going to have Crafting with Kelly will be doing her second live on Monday at 12:45. She's going to be doing kind of like the beads she did last Monday. She's going to do a lanyard. So that's going to be cool. And are y'all sure? I hate to just make y'all do that. Well, I'm gonna finish it either way, so y'all can stay on or not, and we'll just kind of chit chat. I talk a lot. Sometimes you gotta say, Stacy, just shut up. You know, when I was little, they thought something was wrong with me because I wouldn't talk at all. Now, if I don't know you, that's why my sister and them are like, I cannot believe she does this, because I'm very introverted, you know, when it comes to, but once I get to know you, you're like, oh man, you need to shut up, lady. Good Lord, you're driving me insane. So, all right. This is going to be on the other side. No, this is my side. What? This is her side? That's my side? Yeah, I'm going to make a mistake. Yeah. This will be my side. This is her side. Let me go get this one. You ever like lose just one piece of the of your like one of your and you know you had it, and I mean it's like it's somewheres. I promise it's somewheres. I think I went over everybody that was that goes. Oh, Miss Eve on Sundays at 8. We have her too. And then we have Marilyn on Thursday afternoons after the chat. All right, so I have this. I just need the plain for infinite. I'll finish this shirt up. This shirt will be done, so I think. Wait, where's my clouds? Where's the inside of my clouds? I done lost my clouds. What? How you like that? I lost my clouds. I really don't see them. My clouds are in a different time zone apparently. The inside of my clouds are gone. Just FYI. How did I not cut the inside of the clouds? Okay. Outline. Inside the top, bottom. Got my planes cut. How did I not? Was the this is about right. Right up my alley. That's just something I would do. Let's see. Let's go to Leonardo real quick. And well, say Leonardo, why are you doing that? Bruh. Why are you being silly? Oh, there they are. Okay. Design. Open restart. Rhinestones. Greg. I keep my files under everybody's name. Like, oh, I have it under. I did. I just bypass it altogether. Somehow. Next. Play. I did. What part of it was it supposed to cut on? It's white. So that is why I bypassed this altogether. Dadgum. Crazy person. You know, I did that yesterday too. On Delonda had asked me to look at her one of her designs, you know, and so I said sure. but I seen the white, but I messed something up. I don't know what happened. And I said, "Is it supposed to be this many colors or this many colors?" And she told me I had the what was it Jessica want? Does she know I'm boring y'all? I'm trying to bore y'all in peace. Let's see, is that? Yeah, let me turn it to a different color real quick. Color. To magenta. Ooh, that's bright. Okay, now send. Yep, I sure enough did. I left the clouds right off. I'll send that to print while we're continue blinging. Okay. I'm glad y'all here because I would have. For some reason, my machine's not auto weeding doing the auto weed box anymore, and it's turned on. I don't know why. We're just gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Ooh, why'd you do that? I got a stone missing on one of these. I seen a while ago. I'm gonna have to find it. Stop that. Whenever you're crafting, the mess you make, it's like, oh my gosh. It's like, I just finished cleaning this room. Now it's like, my kids do this when growing up. I would have been so mad. Because they wanted to take, look, I had a heart attack when they wanted to take Play-Doh out. No, I didn't. I really didn't. I like playing with the Play-Doh. All right, I shouldn't need much for those clouds. It won't take no time, not on that Juliet. So let me see what Jess is bothering me for. Terrell Robinson is Terrell Robinson said, put on my thing that he's working on a Saints himself. I'm not sure if he like a shirt. I'm pretty sure this was from Delonda's live. She had done all those like the multiple line things that she's doing on her challenge this week. So all right, so I got this. I got all I need on this other shirt is the plains and those. And on my shirt, I'm doing white, right? I'm doing the neon white as. Why do I keep opening these upside down? Oh, well, let me put. You're tired of seeing me. Let me add just the table. Let's do. No, I'm doing like that. I'm already big. I don't need to be bigger. Let's see. Hi. There. Oh, I can't figure it out. So, on this plane, I'm going to do the outside. Yeah. Every now and then, if you don't notice, look, it cut off. I had it wrong on the mat, but I wasn't redoing it, and I was almost out of flock. Ooh, I might have should not did this one. I can't tell the difference between the tops and the bottom. Oh yeah, I can. Never mind. It looked weird at first. At first, it looked kind of weird. So did I miss anybody for their lives in our little group? I mean, Shay Shay's tomorrow morning at 8. But I don't remember anything else. No, I don't. I think I went over them all. I hope I did. I don't want to miss anybody. Because I don't. I normally never miss anybody. I'm always in the bushes or something like that. especially this week, I've been kind of all over the place. Yeah, I go to dentist appointments I don't even have. So, see, it's already done. Yeah, it's already done. Why am I so big? Back up, bro. Back up. There we go. See, they give me control over the. If I have control over the screen, and then I'm gone. Yeah. Oh, I got a bead that has no glue. No glues at all. Okay. All right, this shouldn't take long to do. And then we'll press it and finish the other one, and we'll be done. Yeah, there's no reason this should have took 2 hours. I was just running my mouth. What's new? What's new? Yeah, Jess wants to know, well, how'd it go? I'm like, it ain't finished. It not finished. Sorry, Charlie. Which show is that from? Sorry, Charlie. Ooh. So we haven't had a book to read in a while. With Patrice, craftable things. We haven't read a book in a bit, and I don't think I was there for the last one. Miss Sharon's out of town. I think she had a family that passed away. That's why she's not here. And Miss Sharon is she's a jewel. But I don't know, sitting and listening to a conversation between I call them the goats, like Rachel said earlier, like listening to like Eve and Rachel and Marilyn and Miss Sharon. Like the ones I've been crafting for absolute years. I love just listening to the stories of what they had to do and what, and I even like the COVID stories. I was in my health journey back then. I was trying not to die from diabetes in 2020. I was trying to, so I wish I would have got on the bandwagon a whole lot earlier, because I really, really enjoy all of this. There's that stone I was missing on one of those things a while ago. All right, let's do this. These are funky scissors. These are my scissors I use on anything but crafting. Does that make sense? Probably not. That don't make sense. So. Shay told me what she was doing. Why can't I remember? Is she blinging a shirt? No, because she did that. She did the video of the shirt for the applique. She already did. But what was it? She was doing something. I have an extra bead right there. Gosh, she sent me the I think she sent me the thumbnail. I don't remember what she said she was doing. Fun. I can remember everything. I can remember something happened 14,000 years ago, but I can't remember what happened yesterday. I can't even remember what happened. I can't find my scissors all the time. I keep saying to make one of those boxes Marilyn made, because, but then I'm going to misplace that box. How you misplace that box? Because you me. Because I can. I promise you, I could misplace it without a doubt. I'm looking for my phone and the son of a gun's in my hand, you know? I tell my husband, I can't find my phone. And he goes, is it in your hand? I said, that's not funny. And guess what? He thinks it's hilarious. I think it's redonkulous. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. Some of my plain dots didn't fill in. There we go. There we go. Playing was fast. You know, it was only 10 beats, so you know. I guess I could have been worse. Now on that Saints shirt, Delana was kind of shocked that I did the gold for the Saints. I used the Aurora Dorado on that, and she said I would never even thought of that one. I said I've used that one a lot. It's actually Marilyn that she had used that on something a long time ago, and it was gorgeous. And I said I need to, because that's, to me, that's like the most gold I could see. You know, it was a lot of gold. So I said, let me try that, because I was doing it on a black shirt, and the Saints are black and gold. So I was kind of wishy-washy back and forth. What color should I do? What color should I do? So I ended up doing the neon white AB, the jet black for the in the middle. I think it was jet black in the middle, and I did. I'm almost out of candy apple. I think I might have another one though. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought these. They're too small. I would, when I first started, that's what I'd get just to get started. So I could get all the colors and then decide which colors I like. Well, every color I got, I like. So, you know, that didn't help at all. Anyway, so now I need to, I haven't ordered in a while though, because I found embroidery. Embroidery is expensive. I just lost my stuff. Anyway, what I was saying, I like listening to the all the long-term crafters talk about, you know, how they did stuff. I was just, even just like my sewing machine. My mom would, you know, my mom quit sewing because she couldn't thread the needle anymore, because of the she couldn't see well enough to do the threads anymore. And I'm like, if she would they thread themselves? I'm like, gosh, as far as them, I mean, the world has gone, but so has everything, not just, you know, bigger, better. I didn't think I'd ever see a sewing machine that was worth more than $200 in my life. And they got a sewing machine. They got Maryland, they have a serger that's like $1,400. I'm like, a $1,400 serger? Wow. Okay. I didn't think sergers were that important, but apparently they are. $1,400 for a serger. But last night, I heard Patrice said she made one item, and she said she was experienced a seamstress. So I guess if you make one item, you can buy a $1,400 serger. But you can buy one if you don't serge anything. But I mean, just saying, it is doable. You can buy anything for no reason. No reason whatsoever. I kind of do that. And then I get it in and go, what did I bought that for? But that's like, you know, whenever Delonda and Stephanie, the Caesar Stephanie lady, was doing um, the electric and what were they doing? They did electric on their live, was the electric and something else. Anyway, I had all that. And I'm like, and Delonda kept saying she's never had any of that. And I'm like, well, how the heck did I get it? Because, you know, I only get it like off of, you know, our influencers pages. And I'm like, I don't know where it came from. And then I remembered a long time ago when they first came out with it, they did a live with the new products. And for some reason, Delonda apparently didn't get that one or whatever. And but I ordered it while they were on live. But I really like that aqua color one. They have an aqua like a well, I did that my perfect shirt with it whenever I couldn't get the flock strip flock pro to cut. I used I just used that electric vinyl. It's so pretty. I like electric vinyl. And then they have like a mauvey pink color too. That was really pretty as well. So you know what I'm interested in? I want to try is like I said, I'm very very newbie with embroidery, but Angel B's done it, and I believe Delanda's done it, and Patrice has done it. But I want to try doing. Oh, that's what she's doing. She's Shay Shay. That's what she's doing. She's doing that. See, it'd come to me sooner or later. She is actually going to put do HTV and Strip Flock Pro without using a computer, or so I thought that was pretty cool. She's done show you no sew HTV and it's on her thumbnail. But yeah, it's HTV and Strip Flock Pro. I told her, I said, get that scan and cut out and see if it cuts that Strip Flock Pro. So I'm fixing to send my Strip Flock Pro to somebody and say, hey, cut it out and tell me your results to see if it's my machine or not. You know, because I'm starting to think, I really don't think it's the machine though. I'm thinking it's obviously it's you know it's gonna have to be user error for sure. But there's just something I don't have right, you know. But yet I can cut flock with beautifully, no issues whatsoever. That's why I'm so confused. I'm like, something is just not right, and I don't know what. I was watching Stephanie and them. They had a I think you had to go there for it. It was a some kind of crafting camp. They looked like they were having a good time. I said that would have been fun. That would have been fun even to do a virtual one. But I think it was pretty far away though, for me. All right, let's turn her over, and then I'm gonna grab my clouds, and we'll be done with one shit and almost done with another because I messed it up when I started. I spent the wrong colors with the wrong shirt. So I got me a Gildan Soft Style long sleeve because I'm always cold, and I got Connie a short sleeve, a black short sleeve, because I'm not a big black wearer, but I do. When it comes to bling, it's just like it's hard to get something else. But I did buy a pretty chocolate brown shirt, and I don't want to use it until I find the exact, because I want a rhinestone on it. That chocolate brown is so pretty. Hey, I want to thank all of y'all again for supporting Jess and I on our channels. We really, really appreciate it. I mean, we didn't like getting 100 subscribers for both of us has been an absolute like, oh my gosh, you know, we're not looking, you know, we weren't never looking for a you know, to like be a YouTuber, I guess is what you call it. But we just want to come on, do different things and have fun, and you know, and learn from each other, learn from y'all, learn from you know, learn from everybody, you know. So I really appreciate it, and I just want to make sure y'all know that we how appreciative we are for everything that y'all support us with. You know what? Miss Roslyn must be traveling because I didn't see her in the chat, and she's always there too. She might be mad because Shay Shay didn't give her a book. It's a long story. I tell y'all about it. But she's can't ignore me because Shay Shay didn't give her a book. So I've got I'm also in doing I got to get my website up and going I don't want to do craft shows anymore. I just want to just take orders, you know. But I want to do. I love doing this stuff myself. You know, playing, learning new things. It's so much fun. I wish I could afford to do that. Quit my job and bling all the time, and or craft all the time. Not necessarily just bling, but craft all the time. I would love to do that. I wish I could. But I told my husband the other day. I said, I couldn't just stay home and craft. He said, "No, how rude! I used to stay home a long time ago. I stayed home for like 5 years. I worked for 21 years at one place. I went to work there when I was 19, no 20. I was 20, and then I lost my mom. I lost my child, and then when my dad got killed, I kind of had I needed a mental break for a while, and I didn't. And then my first grandchild was born, and so I stayed home and took care of them. And then Bray went to pre-K, and Wyatt needed other children to. He needed more than just mama, so he was 3 or 4, and he went to school, and I went back to work. I worked at a construction company for a little while, and then I worked as a bookkeeper, and then I went to work at the school board. I went to work in the risk management department when I first started. I was there for 5 years, I think, and then I moved over to. And it was I don't get summer vacations. I work 12 months a year. And honestly, our in risk management, our summers were way more busier than our school years. Unless you had a lot of kids getting in trouble, then not so much. But I just couldn't. I couldn't do it anymore, y'all. I just couldn't. I am not the person to see a child hurt and walk away. It's not me. It's not just a child, a human being. I can't just. That's why that's why I've always had extras. I raised my nephew, and then my sister and her daughter moved in with us, and my sister got remarried, and I kept her daughter for a few years until she got off and got married, and then I had nephews and the kids' friends that stayed here more than one time, So I just have a. I don't say a big heart. Anybody would have a heart for a child, Well, not anybody, but most people. And I don't know. I raised a bunch of kids that weren't for me, And I didn't mind it, and I do not regret it. Not one day. I've never regretted it. Now my nephew that I raised, I promised my mom because my brother had issues or whatever, and I promised my mom. I said I'll make sure he graduates, and I'll make sure he makes his confirmation. And I did both of those things. Made sure all that was done, and then he wanted to move out because I did have rules. You just couldn't act like a wild hoodlum. You had to follow rules, and I didn't have much of rules. Honestly, I really didn't. I didn't have that many rules at all. You keep your nose clean. But my thing was, I always said, and I'll say it probably to the day I die. I'm giving you the rope. What you do with that rope is up to you. Depending on, if you want to hang yourself with it, that's up to you. And once you hang it, I'm pulling it. And you'll never get permit rights again. My son pushed one time. That child has never gotten in trouble ever. One time he thought, he was turning 15, 16, no, 16, and he thought he was big and bad, and he tried to, do some stuff that just wasn't going to happen. And yeah, I punished that kid for 3 solid months. You went to work, or you went to school, you went to football, and you came home. 3 solid months. I refused. No phone, no Well, phones weren't really a big deal back then. I said no TV, nothing. And I'm like, and he trying to get little crossways, and he's a big boy. I mean, Kobe's 6 foot tall and good. I mean, he's always a good kid, and so it shocked us for him to to do that because it just really really shocked us. Because like I said, because he's such a good kid. He's always been a good kid, and respectful and everything. And but that was it. I didn't, and it took me a long time to trust him again. And I say a long time. Me and him was raised together. I was 19 years old when I had him, so he's like a baby. He was we were babies together. He was my best friend. He was my everything. And then he became a dad's boy once he turned 18. And it's like, I lost my best friend. Now I got Callie. She's my little sidekick. She's Donald, my husband's mini me. But she is definitely her mother's child. I'll tell you that. She cranky. I don't like her. She is. My sister always says, "Oh my God, she's a duplicate of you at that age." Whenever she was going through puberty and stuff, she kept on. My God, I said, "I was that bad, Lord. Why y'all didn't put me in a closet and leave me there? Lord, have mercy." Gosh, my poor mama. My poor mama. But my siblings were bad, so I was always good. If you talk to my mom. My siblings were very bad. Let me just say that. Connie can say yes to that. They were bad. They were connive. They did stuff to get in trouble. Just to get in trouble. I know Jolanda was talking about the other day how she was calling the calling and ordering stuff for people. Y'all, we used to call cab drivers. And we would go sit on the curb and watch the cab drivers. They would come and go to the neighbors' houses and they would bump the horns and yeah, we did. We were bad too. Not I wasn't. I never did that. That was always my brother. He did the craziest stuff, and it was like, oh, bruh. Everybody was like, He was always bad. He was, and he was the baddest. He was bad, but and he was the only child that was planned. I said, "See what happens when y'all plan?" No, I'm just picking. But I was the baby of 4, so I was spoilt rotten. Then I get married and spoilt rotten again. I think I'm spoiled sometimes, but I do a lot of things on my own too because Donald's gone a lot now, and so I do things a lot on my own. But he takes care of a lot of stuff. Like when he's home, I don't do anything. Like I mean, he takes care of everything. Like if we have business to take care of, he takes care of it. But I'm glad he's home because I don't have to. Like if there's something that needs to get done, I mean, he'll get it. But when my thing is, you've been going all this time. Well, it's your turn. I get you were working, but all these something's wrong with this or that. Well, okay, I don't care. You fix it. But y'all, this house, my vehicles, they know the moment that man steps foot on a plane. I kid you not. They know the very moment because that's the moment everything breaks down. Everything. And it's like, oh my gosh. And that's like after the big hurricanes. He had to. He went to work. The hurricanes came in on the 30th, 29th, on the 28th, because his birthday's the 29th, and we were already at where we had to stay for a while. And the 29th, the hurricanes came in, and he flew out on the 31st to go out of country. So I had to do all this hurricane stuff by myself, and And then we turn around and have another hurricane right behind it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not built for this life. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people say, well, I was single and I did it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not signed on for single. You know, that wasn't I did not ask for it. I did not want it. Me personally, I think we ought to just move into an apartment and let everybody take care of everything else. I don't have to and just pay my rent and call it a day. No, we got a house and we have to have a yard work and we had roof damage. We had roof damage twice. We had roof damage with Laura and turned around and had roof damage again with I was like, we didn't even fix the first one. So, but yeah, that's all right. Let me get this one done. I'm gonna get yeah, I got all the stuff done for mine, and then I'll look, my old plane's hanging off the he's trying to commit suicide over here. What the heck? He's doing a nose dive. He's in one of those look, he was just hanging off. Like, where's the other part? See? How you lose something like that? Oh my heavens. My mom used to say, for heavens to Betsy. All right. Let me let this heat up for a moment. It won't take long. And then we'll press this shirt and then we'll be out. I got one bead that looks weird. I need to go, I need to roll this thing. Oh, by the way, just a tip that I'm sure everybody knows is don't put this by your these because they will take off. Like truly take off. Just mine do. I need one bead right there. I know where it's at because it's in this there it is right there. Bonk and a bonk and a bonk and a bonk. Why is it stuck on there? It's like I had glue on it or something. Well, y'all, I talk to myself all the time when I'm crafting DM. Like I have whole conversations. Callie goes, "Oh, I thought somebody was here." No, it's just me. And then whenever I do something right, I cheer for myself, you know, and here all by myself. Yeah, well, yeah, you know. Yes, I'm weird. I know. It's okay. If we were all the same, this would be a boring world. I had to move my sublimation printer, and so now I'm kind of nervous about it. And I got to do a sublimation shirt. You know, that one that I was telling you about last week. That sublimation shirt with the Marilyn said I needed to make sure I wear a mask because of it's basically redone, a recycled polyester or something. I got to get that shirt done, get it out of here before I leave, so I need to get that done. Yeah, and I got to do some puff shirts and this heat press I love. Do not get me wrong, I love this heat press, but it's my puff shirt, and my puff just does not puff on here. It looks like brains. You know, it has all squiggly lines in it and stuff. And I'm like, well, what the heck? So anyway, I can go ahead and see what parts I need to get done on this shirt over here. Oh, I only did the outline on hers. That's all I did. I thought I did more than that. Huh. Well. Okay, I got the outline. I got to do the insides of hers, but I'll do those. I'm going to do those later. Let me just get this shirt out. Okay. I'm not there yet. It's not all the way yet. I'm just putting me a line down the middle. Line down the middle. Can y'all see me? Yeah. I don't know why you want to see me anyway, but you know. I'll do this one first, I guess. Marilyn, I know everybody picks on Marilyn about, measuring everything and all that stuff, but I'm like that too. I think I have done so many shirts, Cricut, that I refuse to, if I can help it. Anyway, it looks pretty centered. Okay. Wait for it to heat up just a little bit more, and then you're good to go. I'm gonna have to do all these separate. I might not do the whole. Now on Eve's stuff, we have to do rhinestones. She suggests $350 for 12, but mine. They say she can write. You can't do 12, so I do $350 for 15. But when I'm doing multiple layers like this, sometimes I'll pop it a little early so I can do the next one. I've never had a rhinestone do wrong, like burn or something like that. But I don't want to start today. I didn't realize y'all can't even see anything I was doing. That's nice. How rude. I'm rude like that. Okay, my press is ready. Oh, man, you're gonna come on, go on there, yeah? No, you're not. Shoes and biscuits. There we goes. Okay, so now I got all of me parts. Okay, so let me press it. Oops. I'm gonna press this first. I'm gonna end up melting my almost deep. See? I was thinking about moving my press too, but that's the only place I can put it at the moment. It's the only place I can put it. I need to really make this thing shut up. Be quiet. There we go. See, I do that though, and then I lose my phone and I can't find, telling you, I'm losing it quickly. All right. Birthday. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, wow. That was a lot of already good. That color's pretty. That, this one, I always forget how pretty it is. That snowflake hot fit. Oh, that's a very pretty, color. Okay, so am I going up or down? Oh! Y'all stop trying to attach to each other. I'm getting buddy. I got it. Let me see. Stop it. Thank you. They're trying to talk without my knowledge. I'm trying to become besties. And I don't want them to. I still haven't done the hat. I have it all cut out. I never had a chance to do it. That was we did that 4th of July when we were all doing the hat because I really wanted to do the hat, and I missed. My grandkids called and said, "Hey, we're popping fireworks." I said, "Well, I'm going to be there." You can't. They want me to do something. They get the grandkids to call. I'm there. The things you do for your grandkids, y'all. Whew. My son used to say when they were first born, when they were, well, especially when Bray was little. Wait, I'm upside down. How you like that? Mama, you would have tore my butt up if I would have done this or that. Yeah, that's because you was bad. They not bad. They precious. They didn't mean to. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. All right. Got my plane in my clouds, and we gonna be out of here, y'all. Let's see if I can get it off without taking all my stuff off. All right. Uh-oh, I missed it. I got one didn't stay. Let's go see where that one's coming from. Oh, this is cute. I like it. This is very, very cute. So very, very blingy. And it's not even a SS6. I like SS6. What is, oh, I have it over here. See? Again, with my nonsense. Can't find nothing. You know where I learned Miss Coretta? I learned where you didn't have to like do it for the whole time. It was Miss Coretta that kind of I was watching one day, and she's the one that said it's not, you know, you don't have to. Oh, where's this plane go? Hold on. Press them for the whole time. She was saying you don't have to press them for the whole time. When you got multiple layers, that you shouldn't press them for the whole time. I don't even remember what I was doing. And I ran into her. No, Delonda recommended her one time. We were talking, and Delonda had recommended her. And I went and found her that woman. She's a good teacher, too. I mean, she teaches well. Like, she's very good. She's got pretty designs, too, if you ever want to check her out. Coretta Dangerfield, I think, is her name. And I know it's Miss Coretta. That's all I know. Super nice lady. Now, I think she goes to Applique Getaway. She went last year, too. I'm pretty sure. Why is my sleeve in the wrong spot? I don't like that one there. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to move. And you're upside down. And that's nice. It's always good. You know, some of these rhinestones is like nobody else moved but you. And why? It's like the little kids. Nobody else tore up their computer but you. But why? It was a TikTok challenge. I'm going to tick your top. Oh, yeah. I know where this one goes. I forgot to put it on. I'll put it on the next one. One more press, and we're done. Let me get this out of here. This plane's altitude is might be a little off. Yeah, it is off a little bit. Gosh, dog. Stop it! I'm gonna put this one on. Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, I didn't realize I did that. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm not walking around like that. I just seen it. Now I can't find it. I got some. Oh, there it is. Found her. Found her. Where she goes. There's a couple of them on top of each other. I just realized it. Dash gone. Oh well. Well, let me finish it, and then I'll have to come back and fix that part. I'm glad it's my shirt and not Connie's shirt. I would have been embarrassed to give her this with an extra. I thought I had moved it enough. Apparently not. let me move this one stone because I don't like it right there. Because it had fell off and I put it down and I apparently put it in the wrong spot. But Mr. Greg's shirt, oh my gosh. I hope I do it any kind of justice. It is gorgeous. He did some good work. He does big designs. All right, this is it. Y'all gonna see the final thing. If y'all even unless I'm in here by myself, which is highly likely. I've been bored with me too. I need some coffee though. All right. This is it. Tell me what you think. I think the colors came out okay. Like pretty good. I really like it. Look at this. What y'all think? I love the red airplane. I think the airplane came out so cute. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm telling y'all, you just sometimes stones you can't go wrong with any colors you pick. Now I have picked colors like I'm like, what are you thinking? And didn't like them at all. And it's always been because I put too light or I did it on a colored shirt that just didn't come out right for me or whatever. I've done that a lot. But on a black shirt, it always comes out really good. But I'm like Marilyn though. I like so does my sister-in-law. I like a shirt with a V-neck. I prefer a shirt with a V-neck instead of but they're so hard to find and they're expensive. They're more expensive than the regular. And then if you get a girl's fitted shirt, it's like so much. It's so much more expensive. It's so much more smaller. You never know. I love it, y'all. Y'all like it? Oh, thank you. Okay, I just said. Well, I'm just seeing y'all stuff now. Okay, on this shirt right here, I have on the outside is snowflake. Snowflake. Yeah, snowflake. The outline is snowflake. The top of applique, and this is the right here is the I think it's called the SI mint, the shave. Is it shaved? I think it's whatever this is. It's shaved. The SI, the shaved. I got some pink like this too. It's really pretty. Can y'all see that? There's that matter up here. Yeah, it's shaved ice. That's it, Renee. Yeah, shaved ice. I did that along the bottom. That's the bottom, but the top. I'm sorry, I told you just the opposite. My top is seafoam. It's that seafoam aqua-ish color. The seafoam aqua. That's what that is. The seafoam aqua. Showing you the wrong side. I can read it, but you can't. And then I just did the regular neon white for the clouds. And the no. Sorry. I'm sorry again. The plain outline is the neon white. The inside is candy apple. This outside, the cloud outline is the sapphire AB. And the inside of these clouds are just the regular snow, just regular snow. Okay. But that's it. Yeah, Miss Gal, it came out. I was trying to. I kind of went off of. Greg had his template up, and then he posted a picture in his Facebook group, and I was trying to do that same like the same color, but different shades of it, like a light and a dark, for the gateway. And so I sat on the floor in here trying to figure out, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then I knew I wanted to turn everything to the purples for Connie, because I mean, she likes purple. So so for her, I'm fixing to throw hers together, finish hers up in a little bit. I'm not going to do it on live because I need to go do some things real quick. So I'm going to put hers together, then send it to you. I'm going to post a picture on my YouTube page, and then I'll post a picture in Greg's group too of both of them, so everybody can see them. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember the shade. I knew a shade, but I couldn't remember shaved what. But that was the shaved ice collection she had. I love the shaved ice collection too. It's blingy, but it's not. It's not, to me, like neon doesn't bling a lot. The snow does. It's more of a matte. The snow's not a big blinger either. But everything else is. So that's why I was trying to get some kind of matte in it with it. So I kind of went off of his colors and just trying and change the color theme, I guess, is the platelet or the palette. Platelet. You got a platelet? I just changed the palette is all I did. So, but that's it, y'all. That's all I have for today. And I will post on my page, and I will post on Greg's page, and I'll post on Miss in the hoop group, because it's all everything you seen here. Every single item is from the baby's booty. Like every single item. The rhinestones, the brush, the picker thing, the flock, the tape, the plastic mats. Every single solitary thing is from the baby's booty. So, y'all, and I got a link down for her, and I got a link down for Greg. Y'all check them out. They have they're great. They now Greg works more out of off his Facebook group, and as Eve has an actual website for the baby's booty. And but that's it for today, guys. And Jess will be with y'all next week. I will hopefully be having a good time at the Applique Getaway. And I got my shirt for it now. So working. And this shame. It took me 3 hours to bling a shirt, but hey. But y'all look for me, because I got more things to come real soon. Let me get my head wrapped around everything after Applique Getaway, and I'm gonna. And now I might do a video, send a video out soon to announce my new item, and then after that, then I want to do my whole journey with it. So I hope y'all follow me for that. That'll be fun. And thank y'all for coming. Thank every one of y'all. And if anybody I didn't say hi to, I apologize. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Y'all, I'm up to 116 subscribers. I was excited. So, and we're still going to do a giveaway for Jess. We're still going to get that out whenever we are able to meet each other. Okay. Yes, Kelly, and I still got your cow. You'll have it. You'll get it. Well, I'm gonna get it all done. I promise I will. All right. Y'all have a great Saturday, and I'll see y'all later today. All right. Bye.